Welcome to MyHerd. Today we will cover the basics to get you up and running. Feel free to pause this video as we go along if there are any areas you'd like to focus on. This video contains demo data which will represent what you'll see on your farm. If you have any questions regarding the system, please contact MyHerd support on 0800 694 373 or email myherd@crvforall.co.nz. After logging into the MyHerd application on the desktop, select Office from the top left, Admin and Settings. From here we can check that our farm information is correct. If we need to make any adjustments, select Edit from the top, make your changes and click Save at the bottom. Select Farm Attributes from the left side, select Edit in the top and use the drop-down menus to select the information that represents your farm. Select your region, farm type, class, rainfall, and land type. If your farm is an organic farm, you can also click this checkbox. Our next step is to set up our NATE link into the MyHerd system. If we go down to Farm Data Settings and select Edit in the top, we can decide if we want to automatically send farm transactions to NATE. Select Yes, select cattle type as dairy, and save. From the left hand side, we want to come down to MyHerd and select Edit in the top. From the screen, we can edit the amount of sheds we have, set the days between calving and moving into the milking group. If you use a colostrum group, you can also enter your platform area, progeny test customer, and your required dry-off period, which is in days. Once you're happy with this, we can save. Select Office again, Admin, and Farm ID numbers. From here we can add in our NATE number. Select NATE from the left side and click Add NATE number. Enter your NATE number and select yourself from the drop-down menu. Select cattle as your default animal type and save. This is all we need to record in MyHerd to set up the NATE link. There is one further step which will need to be done with the information provider in Osprey, NATE itself. So you can either go to their website, osprey.co.nz, or call NATE on 0800 482 463 and update the information provider to PharmIQ Systems Limited. Once this has been completed, any event that you record in the system will automatically sync with NATE. So that takes care of all of the settings in MyHerd. We'll now move into the MyHerd banner in the top left. From here, this is where we enter all of our information into MyHerd. We can also view our stock list if we select Management and Stock List. From here, we can see the system automatically sorting the animals into permanent herd groups and age groups. To open an age group or permanent group, select the name, and the animals within that corresponding group will expand out. You can also select on the tag, Visual Tag ID, to bring up the animal history. If you are wanting to search for a particular animal, you can search for it in the search bar here. MyHerd also has the functionality to create your own custom group or dynamic group. A custom group is a list of animals that you pick with the selector and will remain the same over time. A dynamic group is a list of animals generated from a report which may change over time. So we can set the criteria, and if the animal falls within that criteria, it will then be in the group. You can then click on the groups to expand and see the animals within them. You can also see a full list of all animals by selecting the All Animals tab and Historic Animals. To record an event in MyHerd, select the MyHerd banner, add or remove stock, and carving. Now we'll go through recording event in MyHerd. Select MyHerd from the top left, add or remove stock, and carving. First we'll be asked to select our carving date, which we can do by clicking on the calendar icon and selecting the date, or using the plus or minus button. We can then search for the animal that's carved by VID, EID, or birth ID, and select it from the list. We can then go through and enter the relevant information by drop-down boxes. By selecting the fate as reared or sold, it will require us to select a birth ID. We can select a birth ID tag, and we can also add comments, which are automatically populated, or a custom note field. In the custom notes, this is a free text field, so you can add any information that you would like. This is also stored against the event and against the animal's history. If you had multiple animals that had carved on this day, we can select them from the search function and add them to this event. For this example, I'm going to select died, which will not require us to enter a calf birth ID. If we had further animals to add to this event, we can keep going up to the search function. We can then click save and record another if we have another carving to record, or we can click save and finish. We have now recorded a carving. To record a sale in the system, we can go up to MyHerd, add or remove stock, sales, or culls. Select the event date at the top. You can also enter your sale information here, but the most important part is entering the receiving farm. Anywhere in the system where you see a red asterisk, this just means that it is a mandatory field and you won't be able to save the event until this is filled in. Click More Farms. You can search by name or NAIT number. If the farm that you're looking for is not in the system already, you can add it manually by clicking the Add button. Once we've selected our receiving farm, we can choose if we're wanting to sell or cull the animals. We can either select the animals by using the filter stock list, which will give us our sort of permanent and age groups. To select a whole group, we can select the checkbox here and then also tick the box just over above the search function. This will bring through all of the animals in that group. You can also add the same as we did in the carving screen. We can add an animal individually by EID, VID, or birth ID. We are then required to select a sale description. And if we had another sale to record, we can click save and record another, or save and finish. If you have staff members to add to the farm, we can click on People and Staff. We can add a new staff member by selecting Add New, entering their details, selecting Allow this person to access the farm, and choose a role to give them. Each role has slightly different access. The farm assistant pending and farm worker pending roles. When the farm user records information in the system, it will come to you as a notification over in the top right hand corner for you to review before it's saved into MyHerd. Once you've filled out all the information including their email address, click Save to send them a link to create their account. If you have contractors or third-party users you'd like to add to the farm, you can do that from the contractors or third-party option. To add a third-party user, click on Add New, and search for the person by name, company or role. If the person you're looking to add is not in this list, please call the support line on 0800 694 373 and we can add this in for you. We'll now move over into the right hand side next to your farm name. And we're going to click on the farm dashboard icon. The dashboard is an information management tool that visually tracks, analyzes and displays key performance indicators. It is customizable to meet each user's specific needs. You have access to two dashboards. The farm dashboard is viewable by any user in MyHerd, whereas My Dashboard is only viewable to your specific account. There are multiple tabs on the farm dashboard that can be customized. By clicking on this button, you can add further tabs, change the label of the tabs, and select which months that they automatically open. Each of the widgets can be edited by the settings cog. You can select your seasons, and you can also add further widgets from selecting Add Widget and choosing from the list. Each of the widgets that contain graphs or reports can be run as a full report. You can also find the reports from the Report Center. This is where you can pull all of the data that's been entered into MyHerd back out in the form of a report. For example, if I wanted to see a list of calves born, I could click Calving, Calves. We can then select the seasons, the start or end date, genders and fates. We can see the event that we've just recorded in the system here. If you're wanting to export this report, we can click Export, and we have the option to export as a PDF or an Excel document. We're now going to go through the diary, which is the icon next to the notification bell. From the farm diary, you can see all events that have happened on farm. We can see the sale that we've just recorded here in the system, and we can see the information regarding that. If we're wanting to edit this event, we can click Edit here for up to 6 weeks. This will take us back to the event screen to make any changes. You can also filter the calendar by clicking on the filter button. From here, we can select specific activities that we want to visually see in the diary. For example, if we wanted to see only calvings, we could then save the filter, and that will show only calvings on our screen. Once we're done, we can click back onto the filter and reset to default to show all events that have been recorded in the system. You can also add tasks to the calendar by clicking Add Task. You can give the task a title, assign it to staff members, select your dates. If it's a recurring task, you can also click Repeat and set up how many times you want that to repeat. You can also add a checklist or files to a task. This will then display on the calendar as an event. If you're needing help with a page, you can click on the Click Help menu to take you to a website that will have video or text information. If there's something on the screen that is displaying incorrectly, like a graph or tallies, click on your farm name and select FMS System Tools. On the left hand side, click Clear Local Storage to clear out the logs. This will log you out, and once you sign back in, this should resolve your issues. If not, please call the MyHerd support team. You can also download the MyHerd mobile app from the Android Play Store or Apple App Store to record on the go. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or an email and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching.